Hi everybody, welcome back to Tam Predicts, and I am doing a different kind of a reading today. I am doing a reading for your kids. So a lot of times when I'm doing a reading, people really want to know any messages for their kids, health or career or anything. So this is not for any age as such in particular, but I just want to give 10 messages, and let me see what are the Archangel Gabriel messages. I'm using Archangel Gabriel cards, and let me see what the Archangel wants to say, and what messages can I channel. And I'm going to give 10 messages. That's what I wanted to do, and it's late at night, but I don't know why I wanted to give these messages, and I thought this was an important reading. So guys, I'm going to start with the first message. Open your heart to love. These messages are for your kids. So if your kid has not been listening to you and you think your kid is defying anything, it's getting, I don't know why I said he, maybe it's your son, but yeah, if he or she is not been listening to you, you think has been like a rebel or defying your orders, or doing something different, and you can see that rebellion nature in the kid. I just want to say, be gentle and deal with the kid only with love and pure love, and not you don't have to be strict with your kid. The kid will understand what you want to say only if you say things gently, if you don't put them as instructions or things to do. If you talk to your kid like a friend, make them understand. Always don't give instructions like do this or I will, it's not always a consequence of the action which is always negative. You need to reward also. So I get the message that if your kid has not done something right or is not ready to follow instructions, just say that please keep your plate, or please keep that bag, and I'll be really happy and it will make me happy, or that's really a good gesture, or that's really nice of of you, that you are helping your parents. But don't threat. A lot of times we end up threatening. We say keep the plate, or otherwise I'm going to do this, or you're a bad boy, you're a bad girl. That really harms their psyche and the way they think. And you can't just threaten kids all the time, and that's how some of them grow up to, when they grow up, they don't understand any gentle words or nature. They think anything, even if they are at work, and when they grow up, if they give instructions, they'll use the same language. They are going to speak like, do this, otherwise I will demote you, or I will not give you a raise or something. So you need to make your kid understand, and talk to your kid in simple words, simple instructions, no threatening at all. It cannot be an if and but. Do this and then I will do this for you. I understand a lot of us end up saying that keep this, do that. It's making them understand that chores are important part of life, and you've got to do little things in routine. But it doesn't mean that you have a kid and that means that you can boss around your kid and say, oh no, you should be doing it because I am saying it. These days kids don't understand when you're saying I am saying this, because it has to make sense for them, that why they have to keep the plate, or why they should make their own bed, or why they have to talk softly, or why they should be loving animals. That's a very important thing to teach them when they're very young, about loving animals and taking care of them. That's how they're going to grow up to be fantastic human beings. So don't talk down to them, or just talk to them one to one like a friend. Make them understand. If you make them understand, they also know why they are doing that action, or why they are required to keep their plate, or required to do a certain thing which you want your kid to do. So that was the first big message from Archangel Gabriel. So I'm done with the first message. I'm going to move on to the second message. Sorry, I just picked up a pencil. Creative expression. I think these messages were important today, because a lot of parents, when I talk to them, or when I'm dealing with parents, so there is a problem. They say, doesn't study. My kid is not studying. Is always doing this. Is always running around here wanting to do this, and not studying at all. So what we forget is, we don't let them express themselves creativity. Yes, there is a routine. Yes, they have to study because they have to move on in life. There is a lot of competition around, but you can't take creativity away from them. Because also, like I was reading, I'm also a psychology student, and I read a lot of articles, and I did read, and I also teach creative writing. I'm a writer. So when I teach kids, I suddenly found out that they have become so mechanical in their writing. They're so much taught, they cannot express themselves freely. They will look at a yellow dot and say it's a sun. They will not say, like it's a ball of fire, or anything that it's a yellow orange, or anything creatively. So you got to bring out that creativity outside. You cannot just keep telling your kid, that's wrong. It doesn't happen that way. If your kid says yellow, lemon is not supposed to be yellow, it can be a green lemon, it can be an orange lemon. Just encourage your children to think freely, to think creatively. It cannot be always textbookish. And remember, whenever they can express themselves creatively, they will feel nice, they will grow, they will think differently. And in this world right now, thinking differently is very important. Everybody thinks in the same way. The kids are taught to think in a way, because they read textbooks and everything teaches one thing. But when it comes to creativity, they need to learn, they need to nurture, or whatever, they can do things differently, guys. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, that it's important to study, it's fine, but let them play, let them bring out their creativity in any unique way. Probably it's like, if they're making a pot from a clay or something, let them use, let them think of any other design that probably doesn't even exist. So don't tell them this doesn't look like anything. Just let them make probably a funny design and say, yeah, you can name the design. If you have made this painting and it really doesn't look like anything, let them name that painting, let them come up with different things. Because I actually think, when I'm teaching kids, and I teach kids creativity and creative writing, and I saw that, I'm repeating it and it's very important, I saw that they are really missing creativity from their lives. They don't know how to think differently. They are so taught one means one, they will not see it any other way. And I think it's really good if you can teach them how to be creative, or let them express themselves. I think half an hour every day, probably, if not every day, if they have too much studies, or half an hour in a week, please keep time where they can be creative and express themselves differently, and try to be different. So you can also do things like, little things that I do in my creative classes. Ask them to draw their own solar system and name it. And what if Earth was a famous brand, what would you call it? What would it look like? What would your name be if it wasn't, XYZ? What would you want to name yourself? Or draw an alien, or what do you think, if tomorrow that you had to design probably artificial intelligence, what does it look like? So just let them bring out their creativity in whatever way they want to. So that was the second message. Media, I want to say, let them share whatever they are doing out with the world. Like social handles on WhatsApp, or with friends, or on Instagram. Please take care, because they shouldn't, if they're young, they shouldn't be managing their own social handles, or Facebook, or whatever, because it's not right. But if you can put up, what they've made or something, to your friends, or you can, just share it to the world, I think they will love it, they will feel fantastic. A lot of times, we just keep telling them what they've not done right. But if they do something like a little drawing, or whatever they've created, it could be creating something using bread, or anything, a cookie, probably not a very well made cookie, or anything, a cake. Just share it with your friends, they will really feel nice. So that's the third message. Let them share what they've made with the world. And always appreciate it. It's okay if the design is not right, if the color is not right, and things don't look perfect. Perfect creativity is not about perfectionism. Creativity is different. Always remember that, being different. Pay attention to your dreams. I want to say, because I'm doing this reading for your kids, and I think this is the third message. I keep forgetting, doesn't matter. I'm going to take it as a third message, because I don't remember how many messages have I given. So let them be let them be creative, and let them pay attention to their dreams. Or I don't want to say your dreams. It especially if they are dreaming of something, if they really want to do something, because they cannot express it well. Probably I suggest that you should ask them to share their dreams with you, so you know what's really sitting in their subconscious mind, what they really want. A lot of times our thoughts, so what we think in the morning, what we want to do, what we don't want to do, what is troubling us, what is really making us different, is sitting in our subconscious, and we don't realize it. So I want to say the big message here from Archangel Gabriel is, let your children share their dreams with you. It could not necessarily be dreams at nights. Night dreams also mean, what would they dream of becoming, what do they dream of being like, or what is their dream. So I think you need to talk to them, what do they really dream of. It's not about, remember, guys, I understand that, as parents we worry about their work, their studies, their syllabus, and but there is more to it than life, and these things also shape your kids future and their life, and especially their thinking, the way they react to certain situations. So if your kid is grown up very aggressively, the kid is going to react very aggressively. If the kid knows patience, teamwork, that's the way the kid will react when he's with his peers or she's with her peers. Third message, let me give the fourth message. I'm going to give you 10 messages. Fourth message, allow yourself to receive. Your kid is not allowing himself herself to receive. Kid is closed right now. Could be could be talking to one parent. It could be about one of the kids in your family, your kid. So your kid is not opening up. I think you need to make your kid comfortable. You need to talk to your kid. If any of the parents thought that my child has become close suddenly and has not been talking to me, and has become a wall, and I cannot get any three. I don't know if that's a channel message. I can't get anything through to her or to him. It is because your child is really close now. Be tactful with your kid. Talk nicely, talk gently, and say all the loving words, and the kid will open up. So this is especially could be teenagers. Your kid could be 18. Your kid could be 19. Our kids are always kids to us, even if they are 20, 30, 40, whatever. So if you feel if your kid is not really opening up to you, I feel they want to talk. That's the message I get. They want to talk, but they are scared to talk. So I think you need to talk to your kid, and your kid will open up. Let's move on to is it the fourth message? I should never count because I always forget. Let it be the fourth message. I think it was fourth. I'm gonna say fifth, guys. I'm sorry. I always forget the messages. Nurture yourself. I think I this is for you. This is for the mothers and fathers, or the mom and dad, however you want to say it. Ma and papa. I don't know how would you say mother and father in all the languages. So I want to say nurture yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to be calm yourself. That's how you're going to deal with your kid. First, be calm, be loving. Love yourself first. Know your value, because those things you are going to teach to your kid. So here I want to say nurture yourself first, and that's when your kid will learn how to love himself or herself. This is the sixth message I'm going to take. I think I've got all warped when it comes to messages. I'll never do countdowns. Six. I think again this message, it's an important message then. This is the sixth message, and it says open your heart to love. So you have to have that talk. Your kid is going to be closed. If you're not loving with your child, if you're not calm, if you are not collected, your child will be scattered, and will not be, open to reacting the way he or she wants to talk to you. See, the kid is a little scared. I get this feeling that the kid is really wanting to talk to the mother or the father, say something, but is a little scared somewhere. So don't let your kid fear you in any way. If your kid starts fearing you, he's not going to, or she's not going to tell you anything, and they will start sharing things with their friends, which is a good thing though. But there are times when the parents need to know what's happening in their kid's life. So I'm going to move on to the seventh message. Seventh message, that's reminding me. Listen only to love. That's the message for you parents, for the kids, that kids listen only to love. If you shout, they're not going to listen. If you turn your back anyway, you're not helping. If you talk if you talk down to them, or you tell them that you're worthless, you're not fine. A lot of times we say things, we start comparing that, look at that kid, he's doing that, look at the other kid, she's doing that, why can't you do this, why are you not like that, you are different, why are you not doing this thing. I think we cannot as parents do that. Always remember, kids listen to you when you talk the language of love. So use the language of love is when the kids will listen to you, guys. I'm going to move on to my eighth message. Eighth message. Blocks will be lifted. If you are having a hard time talking to your kids, this is especially mothers or fathers of teenagers, your kid is going to listen to you. If you think there was negativity in your kid's life, your kid was really angry, not talking to you, becoming irrational, not speaking the way a kid should speak, or is trying to defy you, like I said, or is getting irritated even at the slightest, smallest thing, is not letting you in, those blocks will be lifted. And I think in 7 days, I also get in 4 days, your kid is really going to come up himself or herself to you, and would want to talk to you, and would want to understand your situation, and would want your input in the situation. So, guys, think wisely, talk lovingly, and you will have a better connection with your kids. So I'm going to move on to the ninth message. I hope it's the ninth one, or I've already given 14. I have no idea. This is the ninth one, ninth message. Prosperity. I think there is going to be an addition in the family very soon. The kid is going to have a brother or a sister. That's what I get, or two babies together. I get twins also. So there is news coming for your kid. So your kid is going to get a sibling, is what I get. So that's the ninth news. Let me see what is the tenth channel messages. 10 number channel message. 10 number channel message from Archangel Gabriel. What do you want to say? Keep going. Your kid has got stuck somewhere. You need to motivate your kid. You need to inspire your kid. You need to use the right words. Your kid is looking up to you for some kind of an inspiration. You have to be a hero. You have to be a role model, and the kid is looking up to you. That's what I get. And the kid is stuck right now. There is a problem, and you need to talk to your kid. And that's when you need to tell your kid that keep going. Doesn't matter. This is a part of life. Failures are a part of life, and you will succeed. I think those are the words that your kid really wants to hear. And I don't know why I get this, but I get 11, from now, the day when you listen to this reading, 11 days are very important for you and your kid, and 11 number is very important for you guys. So should I give one more message, because I'm saying 11 again, and I want to give one more message. Maybe it means something. Guys, like I said, this is when I love the readings and I feel so good, and I want to thank all the angels, archangels, and my ascended masters for saying asking me to say the right things to you. I just use the word motivation. You need to motivate your kid. That's why I couldn't close the reading, because Archangel Gabriel wanted me to give you this message, guys. See it. I'm going to show you from this way. It says motivation, guys. I don't know if you can read it. Yeah, I think now, because there's a lot of light. Motivate your kid. That's the only thing the kid needs. If you motivate your kid, everything is going to be fine, absolutely fine, fantastic, and everything is going to be awesome with you too. So thank you so much, guys. Those were the messages. I hope they did add up to 11. If they didn't, those were the messages for your kids and for you to understand your kids. And thank you so much for listening to my reading, and do subscribe to my channel. Do hit the like button, and do leave the comments. I want to know which number did resonate with you when it came to your child, or you've been going through that situation, or you've been feeling your kid has been like that, or displaying those kind of traits or problems, or wants to be motivated. So anything that's closer to your situation. So thank you so much, guys. I'm going to do another reading, and I'm going to upload it soon. So thank you so much. Bye.